Hey there. So today we have another review. This is a beer courtesy of Mark. Thank you so much. Just cracked this one, but then like stumbled. Like, anyway, I was chatting way too much. Okay, very excited about this beer. This is Dumb Fresh. It is 15 days old. Let's just dig into it. I cracked it. And I could smell it already. So instead of rambling, let's just dig into the beer because I know I was rambling about like my previous history about this beer. Let's dig into it. Beer comes in a beautiful kind of a medium gold color, a little bit of chill haze to it, maybe a deep gold color, but Jesus Christ. Yeah. Wow. That's a Simcoe's base beer, and it's just like pine, stickiness, resin, but also a nice kind of beautiful biscuity sweetness, with just like beautiful, juicy, like overripe grapefruit, a little bit of orange clementine. It's fruity as well. This just sends me back to like just like insane aromas of just like it's punch you in the face hoppiness, but not in the hazy way. Reminds me of my first Heady Topper, my first Alpine beers, my first double Lawson's, not double Sip of Sunshine. Some dumb beers out there. So my first Surly beers, like, just like some of those first dumb hoppy beers that were out in like 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, like when I first started reviewing beer, before the hazies became crazy. Like, it's just like, it's juicy, peachy, but also just piney, West Coasty. I mean, that's just Simcoe. I mean, it's beautiful Simcoe, whatever they're using. And it reminds me also of one of my first impressions of having this beer. Oh, wow. Actually, one of my early videos, I remember having this beer. But, like, finally getting it in Florida, and I hunted it down as fresh as I could get it. That's what they're like, oh. This beer's on a different level. Well, not a, I mean, like, make it seem like, oh, my God. But this beer's on a different... I like how in the middle of my sip, I'm trying to take back what I'm trying to say. And then my palate's like, you're an idiot. Stop. You're wrong. God. This beer is so good when it's so fresh. Honestly, it makes me angry that like I can go to Total Wine right now and buy it, but it's not going to be like 15 days fresh. I'm battling to find it, like, But anyway, I just need to pay attention. Honestly, you know what I should do? I should just ask them, hey, I don't know, they won't order it today. If I ask Total Wine to buy me a case, they might, it might be the 4-month-old case that the distributor's sitting on. Anyway, this beer is stupid when it's fresh. I almost took my words back, like, oh no, it's not that amazing. No, it is dumb good when it's fresh. And it's very unfortunate that like it falls after like, I want to say after like 5-6 weeks, like there's a noticeable like zhoomph, like it. I feel like again, I don't know what this beer tastes like week fresh, but like I feel like it just goes like zhoomph, I don't know, a bigger scale of it, like zhoomph and then zhoomph, right? Like it's a pretty drastic drop. Not that the beer's bad, it's still like amazing, but it's like high and then like there's a good like a dip. Like, sorry, my hand visualization's making absolutely no sense, but. Oh my God. It's so hop attacky. People like my bro, Heady Topper, get out of here. Like, it's just so like intense on the palate. It's pine, resin, sweet grapefruit, a little bit of tropical, like juicy pineapple, a little bit of biscuity malt. But it just zings with just like pine and fresh cut citrusy grapefruity sweetness. And it lingers. And it lingers. And it lingers. And it's not just bitterness. It just lingers of just hop, like saturated flavor. One of the few last beers I remember doing this was Roaring Table's All American Burger, I want to call it. Similar. And shout out to that beer. What a stupid West Coast style IPA. It's just echoing flavor. It's just like, like right now if I scream Echo. Like you wouldn't hear much, but if I like shout into like a deep bat cave or something, it's that kind of like echoing kind of flavor, and you just keep instead of the flavor hitting once, it just keeps going and going and going and diminishing, but it keeps going and going and going. If my echo to myself like 6 times, that's what the beer feels like. Because I'm waiting for the flavor to sort of go away, and it won't stop. And it's hoppy, and it's got a little bit of like earthy, resiny character. It pulls from like fresh, vibrant, OG New England beer that like right before they got hazy, really, right? What do you call those? And then also some amount of that kind of like West Coasty thing. Also a little bit of that soy leaf from like the Pacific Northwest, and it gathers everything and just builds it all so beautifully and tight. And it grabs a little bit of sweetness from like East Coast IPA before New England IPA, right? Well, I think actually just from West Coast. West Coast, yeah. West Coast had a little bit of sweetness back in the day. So it still has like roots of classic West Coast IPA versus now neo-modern. Yeah, I think I would call it neo-modern IPA, whatever you want to call it. West Coast neo-modern, where you don't have any color. Like it should just look like a lager. Here, you actually have a little bit of color. I don't want this can to go away. 100 plus out of 100. That is just a dumb IPA. You put this up against. I would love to if I get them all fresh, but like I'm thinking about some of the best beers I can think of right now that I've had. And granted, there's some dumb breweries out there. You guys know. There's some dumb West Coast style IPA brewers out there that are making some dumb stuff. GABF winners that I just don't really like. Yeah, and some dumb guys out there. I'm not really privy to all the trading, but the best I've had, main lunch. Thinking, what am I thinking about? Main lunch. I'm thinking. Oh, La Crumbre Elevated IPA. I'm thinking about the stuff from Denver that I had from Comrade. What else is out there that's like? I'm thinking Pliny too. Yeah, Pliny's definitely included. This is easily a Pliny killer, in my opinion. Yeah, so you get Russian River, Maine Beer Company, Comrade, La Cumbre. But there's a bunch of breweries that I haven't tried. So you guys tell me below if you have had some better stupid West Coast style IPAs like this. But this is just a goat. Like, what are we doing? Oh no, I'm sure their beers just as good, if not better, out there. But I don't have the privilege of trying them. And shout out to Mark. This is so damn good. No words. Until next time, guys. Cheers later.